Same thing we did yesterday, but obviously the gi version now. So it's the wedge bolo. I'm going to show it from the same position for people that aren't super good with the edge. I'm going to show another position if you are familiar with it, if you want to work it. So I think this is the easiest way to learn it is the leg weave. Leg weave right here. So their top leg, I got her top leg trapped between my knees. Not her bottom leg, this isn't half guard. The top leg, actually pinch your knees. I think this is the strongest when you get on your toes and keep your feet a little bit wider and pinch your knees to the middle. Because I saw some people, I was correcting people, but if this is loose, when you're doing all this, they're just gonna pull their knee right through. And now they got like a really strong hook to do lots of stuff, and you got no move at all. So pinch the knee here. So remember the first thing, I reach up just to kind of get my arm out of the way here. I'm doing kind of like this half side roll, half front roll. And all I'm doing is put my hips right beside hers. I want to get parallel with her right here. And as I'm coming through, I just want to hook her hip here. So once I get here, this foot is going to go to the mat, heel as close to my butt as possible. This one's like right inside her knee. So right now, if you notice, she's flat on her back and I got a little bit of my back exposed. So I'm just going to switch that. I'm going to dig my right hip underneath her. And now I'm flat and her back's just a little bit exposed. And now this was another part people were having trouble with right here yesterday, is this leg. So feet flex like normal. I'm just extending this leg straight, like around the inside of her knee area. So inside of her knee area right here. And you can use this grip to help pull her around a little bit. Once I get here, I keep the pressure on my straight leg. If I have to, I'll slide just a little bit so I can have room to get my heel in. And then once my heel comes in, I can start to set up like a twister hook here. This arm, if this arm's up, I like to reach in here. This is like safeness. If it's not there, then I'll just climb right up, especially in the gi naked grips. But I like to hook here, get around the head, and then once I get here, a little shrimp to finish the back leg. So leg weave here, rolling right beside her here, getting my foot, lift her up here, and then I go here. Hand on the hip, and then she came around like that was a good one. I had a good bite, so she whipped right around, and so my hand will go right here to this upper arm right here. Keep this pinned right here so I can get my twister hook in, and then go back there. I had a question about this yesterday, but one thing to keep in mind, when you do the part where they whip around, when I come in here and I'm going to whip her around, if you know they're light or like when they're real stiff, they whip around really good. If you know that they're into the bolo world, they like playing this bolo stuff, then they can shoot up. When I do this, when I do this, she can come around and shoot that underhook, and now she's in like a passive position. So as you start to get better with this, keep that in mind. So when they come up here, I block with this elbow. So I keep her from going too far this way. I just block with this elbow here, and then I can start finishing. So if you feel comfortable with this move, or maybe you just like bolos, I'm just going to show it real quick from like the normal berimbolo del Hiva position. So in here, I can have collar or the belt. I just do my normal hips to the mat here. And when I invert here, this leg on the belly, I'm just going to shoot it through across her belly right here. And this arm is just going to come up here just like when I'm doing the other one here. So I can grab her hips, and then everything turns exactly the same. You just have to shoot that one leg through across the belly. So my right leg shoots in deep as I put my shoulders to the mat here. Any questions? You can do whatever you want. You can stick to just one. The leg weave one is easier if you're just getting comfortable. I suggest starting with that one. But any questions? All right, right here.